Look who's in the shed. I found somebody in the shed. It's our friend Dean Hedger.
How are you?
Are you alright, mate?
Happy
and
New Year.
Happy New Year to you. He came clutching something.
Got a fairly packed bag here, Baz.
Dean has brought his bag.
Wondered if you'd like to see what's in the bag.
What is in Dean's bag? I know everyone's dying to know.
I can do that.
What is in the bag?
We can do this.
Open the bag.
All the way through the wind, the rain. It's actually, is it Hurricane Brendan?
I'm not something like that. Yeah.
So,
What have we got?
a couple of items that you wanted to have a look at.
Okay.
Maybe a little cheeky purchase for you, Baz.
Alright. Oh, satin stuff.
Couple of
Lovely.
satin
Lovely. Yeah.
We go a little
Oh no, it's dry January. Well, no, it is for the wife. It's not for me.
Okay. We go a little dark inside.
Lovely.
This is basically, I would say, millionaire shortbread in a can.
Lovely. Officially the smallest console
Yeah.
in the world.
I think they're bringing out a mini one, aren't
They
they?
are,
Which will
yeah.
probably be the same
I
size. as
cannot
that.
wait to have a look at this. I've always wanted one. Some hue cards, as they call them.
Cards. We've got R-Type 1,
Mm-hmm.
which apparently is
Whoa.
only part of the game or something. Someone
What?
told me. Yeah, apparently
Okay.
it's not the full game.
Right.
Something I got. Yeah, Arm Death.
Okay.
Arm Death shooter. Dragon Spirit, that one's called.
Okay.
Namco shooter. Look at these.
Oh, and the wonderful Hudson Soft Bomberman.
Bomberman.
Let's have a
So,
play.
There we go.
Yeah, hello, welcome again to the Retro Shed. Actually, one of the first retro sheds of the new year.
Yeah, Happy
and
New
the
Year.
first guest in the shed of 2020. Mr. Hedger, you all know Mr. Hedger.
Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
friend of the shed for a long time now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he bought a big bag.
Yeah.
Dean's big bag. He bought a console that I've wanted to own since I was 15 years old.
It's one that we prepared earlier here, Baz.
I mean, that is just beautiful. It is, of course, the PC Engine, or the Coregrafx, as this one's called, and that's the US version, isn't it? That one. Yeah. What is it about this machine?
Caught my eye at an event recently.
Yeah.
It was Sam from Joystick Gamer Club.
Okay.
That was it. He was running his. You remember we went and did that thing in Dagenham? I think I might have told you about.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
A while ago,
Yeah.
and there was some sellers there, and they had one of these, and I'd never.
And you had to
Had
part
one.
with that cash.
I'd always hankered for one.
Yeah.
And it was a fair price.
Yeah.
It had an adapter, so it was all nicely UK compatible. So I thought,
Very nice.
we will go for it,
Yeah.
and it's a great little machine. Really.
1987 that was released. And it was made by NEC, which of course was a big Japanese giant in the realms of electronics. Not so much in gaming.
Sponsored Everton.
Did they?
Yeah.
Who were they?
Back in the day, they sponsored
Oh,
Everton.
football, sorry.
NEC, sorry, that's football.
And they decided to tap up Hudson Soft, which was another major Japanese games developer famous for games like Bomberman. And
Yep.
together they came up with this tiny but very, very, very powerful little machine. So the first time I saw this machine was in a magazine, and Computer and Video Games, May or March, it could have been March 1988, and there was a section called Mean Machines written by a chap called Tony Takushi. I
Yep.
think he's still doing stuff now, actually.
he?
He must be getting on a bit.
good living.
But he had a 2-page spread on this machine, and he had a couple of games for it. Well, he saw it in Japan. He had Victory Run and Kung Fu and some other stuff. And in massive capitals, he wrote, "This is the most powerful console in the world." And I don't think he was wrong at that point in time.
I remember the magazines always having consoles for sale.
Yeah.
And then there was consoles that were imported.
Yeah.
And you could get the UK stuff at relatively sensible prices. And then there were these mythical machines at the bottom.
There it is.
And
That's
there-
one of the
there's
mythical
one of them.
machines.
We've got one now.
Yeah,
We've-
yeah.
I like the game cards.
Yeah,
The
the
little-
game
the little
cartridges. They're not
purple-
cartridges, are they? They're like credit cards.
Cards. Yeah.
They're called Hue cards, I think.
No.
And the technology was designed back in the days of the MSX. It was originally an MSX technology that was adapted, again, in Japan, where all the clever stuff goes on. And that was the main storage format for that. Until the CD version came out. It was spouted as a 16-bit console, but actually it wasn't. It had an 8-bit CPU that I've got some notes here, developed by Hudson Soft themselves.
Oh, right.
HUC 6280. Never heard of it. But what it did have
in there.
was a 16-bit graphic unit. So it
Right.
had a 16-bit GPU and an 8-bit CPU, which means it was incredibly powerful. But this console features 512 colours, maximum resolution of 565 by 242. Although the majority of games that came out for it did not hit that resolution, they were scaled down. It was much lower.
Yeah.
And 6-channel sound chip. So yeah, really powerful for its day actually.
It wasn't really released here, was it?
No, not well. There's the thing. So they released it in Japan, and it was such a success there, they thought they'd try and break the US market. So they released it in the US 2 weeks after the launch of the Genesis and the Mega Drive. Really, really bad timing. So, and of course for the US market it had a rebrand, a complete rebrand, because they thought the words PC Engine wouldn't go down very well. So they called it the Turbografx and took it out of that lovely little shell and put it in a much, much bigger case. Actually, there was a distributor in the UK called Telegames, and you could buy
I
one.
remember that.
Yeah, Telegames. You could buy one through mail order, but I never knew that. But yeah, so you could actually get that in the UK through this mail order company. But I don't know anyone that had one. I never saw one for sale.
No.
I never saw any adverts in any magazines. So yeah. Right, so we've got this beautiful PC Engine Coregrafx setup in the shed. Now I believe this is a US.
We think
Is this a US one?
I believe so.
Because we are getting some interference on the screen, which I'm not quite sure where that's emanating from, but we're not getting it on the capture, which is good. Let's kick off with my favourite, R-Type. R-Type's cool. I'm going to open a beer.
Go on, go for it. You'll enjoy that. You'll enjoy that.
Beer in the shed. Oh dear. Do you know what? This game takes me back. I love it.
Ooh.
It's so good. You flew through that? You sure you ain't got a cheat on?
Just the old magic. The old magic.
It's pretty much arcade quality,
All
isn't it?
those hours, yeah.
Oh dear.
All those hours on the motorway today, but her fingers are still got it. He says.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Sorry, the beer is really sweet.
Yeah, you want to explain? Ah. Oh.
Do you know what? This looks arcade quality. This looks
definitely.
super. I mean, the Amiga. I had the Amiga version when I was growing up. So this would have been round about the same time. It's smooth, isn't it? It's
very
smooth. It's fast.
Very smooth.
And one thing the PC Engine really had going for it, its ability to chuck sprites about. It was just
Here we go.
really
That's the one I
powerful.
want to get my hands on. Oh, I've done it again. Done it again. There you
He's
go, Baz.
handed the controller
You have a
to
little
me.
go. You have a little
Let's have
go.
a go.
You can tell he hasn't been on the motorway all day today, can't you? I was up at 4:45, Baz. Who shows?
Was it cool? I think 5:30 I got up this morning.
That's it. Ooh, good effort.
Yeah, see, this is quick.
Yeah.
And this controller can do my hand in after a
It
while.
hurts,
you know?
doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not something for
Hours of play.
old people.
No. My potentially arthritic thumb, I think. It's probably.
Yeah, this is going to do my hand in actually.
This reminds me of Gradius.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And it was. I think this came out slightly after Gradius,
Yeah.
but took an awful lot from it. I think
Yeah.
I can sit and play this for hours. I think it's just superb. It's a very nice version as well, and you get a little bit of up and down scroll look. Doesn't quite fit the whole screen, so you can go down and up.
Yeah. We haven't lost a life yet, guys.
No.
This is good stuff.
Graphically brilliant, isn't it? Oh, you're in the wrong place. You don't want to
and
be
we
there.
said, well, what year? 1987. This
Yeah.
astounding. Arcade machine in your home, wasn't it?
Yeah. Ooh, that was a bit tight there. Could have had somebody's eye out with that. Uh-oh. So the pattern of movement is the same as all the versions I know and love. So that's probably why I've lasted this long. I don't think I'm going to last much longer though. Where's he going? He's going in that one, isn't he? Yeah.
Okay.
Don't think I'm going to survive this.
You've done this before, haven't you?
If I survive this, there you go.
You've done it. Nice. There's one. Oh.
I love this level. It's tough. It's great just taking this ship apart bit by bit. But it does get very silly, as you can see. It's relentless, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm still alive. I think I panicked when I got to this stage in this bit in the arcade. I think I was playing it somewhere like Barry Island.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to this stage and I was like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. Oh my god.
It's as good as the arcade.
No, don't do that to me. I'm dead. Oh no.
No.
Oh my god, no, now I am. That's brilliant. That is a brilliant game. I love it. This is Bomberman 94 by Hudson Soft. And of course, Hudson Soft are famous for Bomberman.
I must admit, a very, very, very well-known game. Not one I've played much of.
No.
Have
No,
you?
do you know what? I'm useless at this because I don't. I love the strategy behind it. I think it's brilliant, and it's much better if you've got, you know, more than one player. I think one player against CPU is okay.
Just on
but
stage 2 there.
2 human players, you can really have a laugh with it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, lay the bomb, get out the way of the bomb, and we go.
Nice.
See you later, buddy.
It's such a pretty game as well, isn't it? It's very simple, but it's very effective. It does look beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's like a journey kind of version of the game, isn't it? You're not just in a static map like the original.
Although I think maybe because I've done stage 2.
You're gonna have to go back over the bridge, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Just wait there a second. There we go, and we'll get rid of that one.
Very cutesy, very nice, very slick. When it comes to gaming, I think the Japanese are definitely the luckiest swines of them all, because they get the best hardware and the best games, don't they?
Do you remember they used to get everything first?
Yeah.
Didn't they? Everything
Yeah.
went to Japan first.
And there's a reason why they NEC Hudson Soft never properly really released it in the UK, and that's because the Mega Drive and the SNES wiped the floor with it. So,
Yeah,
what is this? Formation Armed F.
Formation Armed F.
Never heard of it. Oh, it's like Nichibitsu.
It's a Nichibitsu and Big Don.
Big Don. Oh, I know Big Don. Hello, Don. Are you watching, mate?
It's a vertical scrolling shooter, if I remember right.
A bit like Raiden and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
See, this sort of game is what these consoles are made for, isn't it?
Look at this.
It looks a bit tough.
Yeah, my
I've never heard of this game.
no, it's not. I mean,
Do you know what it's reminded me of straight away? Xenon 2.
Yeah.
With those things on the side there.
Yeah.
Much quicker than Xenon 2,
Oh,
mind.
jeez.
It's quick.
It is.
Alright, he's handed the controller to me.
It's been a long. I think that's a bonus thing there of some description. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Power ups. That's it. Nice.
Hey, it's quite good, this is, I like it.
Yeah. The guy, when I bought the machine, he said have this one. It wasn't massively expensive. It was about 12 quid, isn't it?
So this machine was designed to rival the Master System and the Famicom, the NES. And as you can see, it's a lot more powerful than both of those.
Yeah.
So, in its time, it was really mopping up, especially in Japan.
It was, yeah. I mean, whatever.
It's such a powerful little box.
Whatever came over here wasn't cheap,
No.
was it?
No.
And they did have a PAL one, didn't they?
Oh, you can
Or
do
did
that.
they? Did they have a PAL one or not? I don't know.
I don't think they ever
No.
officially released a PAL version of this.
They did an Neo Geo,
Yeah,
but I don't think they did a PC Engine. No.
they might have done, but we just never saw it. See, these sorts of games I can sit and play for hours. This is, you know,
You've got the
yeah,
neck,
this is good.
haven't you? Yeah, it's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah. But we digress. Right, this is Dragon Spirit.
Probably one of the more primitive games we've
Yeah,
played
do you know
tonight,
what? This
but
looks a bit MSX-y, actually.
I think you can bomb. Oh, you can bomb those. You have to bomb those.
This looks like an earlier generation game, although I do like that landscape.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're a bit Lord of
Another
the Rings.
vertical shooter.
Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones people might be loving a bit of this. And those watching will say he's obviously never seen Game of Thrones.
Who's this by?
Namco.
This is by... Oh, yeah, Namcot, as they call themselves in Japan. 1987 originally, this version 1988.
I quite like it. It's quite
It
cutesy.
is good, yeah.
So you're going to be investing, Daz?
I'm investing in the Mini.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm
see what's on it, I
so
suppose.
close to buying a full-size one just before Christmas. I was talking to Craig Turner about where I can source a really nice one from with a proper RGB output and everything.
Right.
And you're probably looking at over 250 quid to get all that.
there you go.
Plus with an EverDrive, if you want an EverDrive for it as well.
Ooh, can you get those for it then?
Yeah, you can get an EverDrive for it, yeah. And I held off because I thought... Then I realised I'd already pre-ordered the Mini. So yeah, I like this. It's like I used to have a game on the Amiga called Saint Dragon, which was a horizontal scroller.
Okay.
This is obviously vertical, but
It's quite nice, isn't
do you know what it reminds me of? It's like River Raid with a dragon.
Yeah.
Do you remember River Raid by
Yeah, it is,
Activision?
yeah, it is.
It's River Raid with a dragon with souped up graphics
And some trees.
and some trees.
that
Yes.
fire at you.
Yeah. What a great machine.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I nearly bought one actually just before Christmas, an original, but it wasn't cheap with the interface that I wanted for it. I wanted the EverDrive RGB stuff, and it was going to be probably £300 worth of gear.
I need to have a look for that EverDrive.
Yeah.
If anybody
yeah.
knows what it's called,
I was talking to Craig Turner. Craig Turner knows what it's called. It's an RGB add-on that allows you to play the CD games as well.
so you
Well
it's a
worth
bit
getting.
of a plug-in
Yeah.
to this port.
I think it's almost like a dock that plugs into.
Okay,
So-
I'm very interested. Craig,
Give us a shout and let me know what the
Tell
name
us.
of that thing is. I'm sure it's got something to do with onions. I don't know. I might be completely
maybe
wrong.
that's just Craig.
Yeah. So what are we doing over the next few weeks? I know March the 14th. Is it March the 14th? Was it 19th?
Yeah, the Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Mid-March, anyway.
Yeah,
We're going to
it is.
Arcade Club.
We are. There's
Very.
There's a little posse from the south coming up.
Yeah, really looking forward to that. I
some
love
of the-
Arcade Club.
Some of the guys that have done a lot of stuff with us with Press Start
Yeah.
are coming up. So we are going to hit the streets early that Saturday and hopefully get up there
Yeah.
kind of lunchtime-ish.
So road trip coming up. So if any of you lot want to meet us up there or join us, please give us a shout. So what is happening with Press Start to join?
Well, social media-wise, obviously we're cracking on the usual channels as we normally do.
Yeah.
But the big events, nothing's planned.
Okay.
Let's say that at the moment. Nothing's planned
Yeah.
for the future.
Okay.
We've been running things for about 5 years now.
God.
We've reached a point with the events and some changes in our personal lives, I suppose, just work-wise and everything like that,
Yeah.
where we've just got less time, if I'm honest.
Oh no.
So we have said, yeah, we're gonna get rid of some of the stuff because we accumulated an awful lot of
I
hardware and software and everything else.
bet.
If anybody's
Tellies everywhere.
screens and tellies, if anybody's interested in anything, or if anybody wants to kind of maybe they're doing their own localized gaming events or whatever, then talk to us, because we can
So
certainly.
you're basically selling off your gear.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that's a massive shame. That really is a shame, because we've enjoyed coming up to your event. They're a good laugh. But
coming down.
It's
coming down for our event.
I always think I'm going up for some reason. Don't know why.
But no, we've had good fun. We've met some great people.
Yeah.
And we're obviously going to retain the Press Start brand, but be more out and about. Wait and see when your PC Engine arrives now.
Yeah.
In March. See how it compares to the original.
Yeah. Right, so there you go. That was a quick look at the PC Engine, and I can't wait for the Mini to land on my doorstep in March. So
I'll tell you what we'll do next. I'll bring the bag back again.
We'll do another feature.
See what's in the bag.
Yeah, next time Dean joins up, he'll bring his bag, and we can do another What's in Dean's Bag. I dread to think what you're going to pull out of it next time. Just bring a bag of beer. That'll do.
That'll do. Yeah.
Right, thank you very much for joining us once again here in the Retro Shed. We will catch you again very soon. Take care, people. Bye-bye. That's wonderful. It is absolutely wonderful.
Do not twist the mic.
Oh yes, Josh twisted it and snapped the connector off. I know, that's fine. Had to get it repaired.